Oh, this room, for the mother and the baby. The mother sleep here, Or the husband, the parent, and the baby sleep in the thing over there, you see. So the baby cannot, turn around or move out, it's safe, Or cannot crawl out. Yeah, you see, every room often had the fireplace to warm up. The office room, for the owner to work, you see the book, the paper, to do the paperwork, Yeah. The rail of the stair, you see. All down, Especially the children, they run around, It's safe. Yeah. The stair, it's still good. Even though shaking a little bit, you see, make sound. Yeah.
Because it swells when
Okay.
it's humid out, and so we'll have to tug doors open.
Oh, okay, I see.
But those bricks that are in the middle of that wall right there,
Okay.
the ones that look a little more uneven.
Yeah.
So these bricks over here,
Okay.
these are actually original bricks.
Oh, original brick.
That
Okay.
the man who lived here,
Oh.
Jonathan Hale,
Okay.
he made those bricks.
Okay.
We've had to redo some of the bricks, so if the bricks look a little newer,
Oh,
they're for foundation or structural purposes.
okay.
But most of
The infrastructure material is original because maybe the deteriorate, so just repair, right?
Yep.
But keep original shape and structure. Can I ask you? So they made the product like this. They sell in here or they sell in the market.
So for most fibers in the 1840s, they would not necessarily sell them. They would actually use them themselves.
Oh, okay.
And so it would be a constant process of
Okay.
collecting the wool at least once a year.
Okay.
And then they would spin for about 4 hours a day,
Okay.
usually after they ate dinner.
Okay.
And then they would weave sometimes during the day. And then over time, they would accumulate cloth and they would make that into their clothing.
Okay, can I ask you the dress you wear right now? Is so the people about 200 years ago they wore the dress like you.
Yes, so the dress I am wearing, we do make our own clothing a lot.
Okay.
And so they would be in this style.
Okay.
And when they wore clothes, they actually had a lot of layers. So I actually have an apron on.
Okay.
And then underneath the apron, I have what's called a pocket.
For store
Yeah, so
okay
I keep all my
the
things in
purse, okay.
And then this is the dress itself. And then they would also have different layers of different skirts or
Okay,
different tops.
okay, I see.
And they'd also
So
have
this one for wear at home or go outside to work
this would be a work
or
one.
work clothes. So can I ask you the shoe you wear, the boots you wear?
So the shoes I wear are modern.
Oh, sorry,
Usually-
modern. It not okay. I
They
thought
would
it
have usually a black leather.
a black leather. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they would go barefoot though if they
Oh,
didn't
barefoot?
have access to that.
Oh my, barefoot. Oh, so this chair is original chair, right?
So most of the chairs, yeah, actually are. You can see that these nails are
Okay.
actually handmade nails by
Okay.
a blacksmith.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not something you would easily buy
Oh,
at a
okay.
store.
Okay.
And so these chairs aren't as old as the house, but they are older. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. So, this chair from original owner.
They were from one of the owners.
Oh,
yeah.
one of the owner.
So
Okay.
they lived in this house for several generations.
Several generation.
Yep.
Wow.
So there's a few pieces that are a lot older and some pieces that are newer, depending on when they were acquired by the owner.
Okay, I see. So can I ask you? Okay, because I see right here, the window it's not the original, right?
So the glass has been replaced, absolutely.
Oh, the glass is replaced, but the frame is still original.
Most of the frames are original
Okay.
or had been replaced while it was in the ownership of the original family.
Okay.
So they are older, and so sometimes we will run into problems.
Okay.
So these windows don't
Okay.
actually stay open when you open them. We
Okay.
have to prop a stick underneath them.
Oh, I see.
So they're not new windows,
Oh.
but we do replace the glass panes often.
Okay, I see. I see.
Because after
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
a couple hundred years,
yeah.
the glass starts to
Oh.
slowly move down.
But I think more than 100 years ago we didn't have glass like this, right?
Yeah, it wasn't as nice.
Okay,
it
I see.
takes a lot to make nice glass like this.
Okay.
So their glass might be a little more cloudy, and it
Yeah.
might not be as smooth. It might have some.
Đi thing. For
So-
what?
So these are actually different tripods.
Tripod?
Yeah, so you would use them to hold up different things, or you would use them in a garden. So if you had a plant that was a vine that grew up, you could use a tripod like this and they would grow up the sides of the stick. Or if you needed to hang something, like a
Oh.
pot over a fire, you could use a tripod like this.
Oh, so this one is just like you call the tripod. You can
Yep.
cook. You can hang the pot and you can cook, right?
Yep.
Or you can put your tool here to hang the tool here, right?
Yep.
Oh, so it's the usage for this thing. Yeah. So this is the wood. Yeah. So can I ask you this trash can, the real or the new? The trash can.
So buckets like this would be used for a couple different things. So this one has a hole
Oh, yeah.
right here, so you could either put a handle in it,
Yeah.
or sometimes if you had a bucket that only has one hole in the side, it actually goes on a tree, and you tap the tree and you collect sap.
Okay.
And then the sap you can use to make different candies or different
Oh.
syrups.
Oh, so can I this is the old one or the new one?
So these ones are relatively new because these are made of aluminum. But
Okay.
those ones, these are definitely older original pieces.
Oh,
And they're
wow.
just upside down right now so they don't collect water.
yeah.
And then when we need to use them, we just move them upright.
Okay. Can I go upstairs and film?
So there is an area that you can't go.
Yeah, just tell me what area I cannot go and
So
I
there's
will.
a little room on this side you can look in, and then there's also a downstairs.
Okay. Can I go inside or I
Yep.
I can go inside, right?
Would be an oil lamp.
Oil lamp.
Oil lamps came after candles.
Okay.
Usually you would only use oil lamps in special occasions or if you had money because the oil was expensive because it did come from Wales.
Okay.
And it would have to be imported.
Oh.
But candles would be your everyday kind of use
Okay.
because you have access to it and you
Oh.
can make it yourself.
Oh, so this is the original candlelighter, right? Oh. So this is the living room.
So this would be what they call a parlor. And
Parlor.
So that'd be like their entry room or their entertainment room where they see guests.
Oh, entertainment room so they can sit, talk, and chit chat. Oh, so every room they have a fireplace.
Not every room, but most rooms.
Oh.
Usually, if you had, so this house is a bit different because this is on the ground level, but there's also a basement that's also on the ground level because it's on a hill.
Yeah.
And so usually you'd only have fireplaces on your ground level
Yeah.
because the bricks and the stone would be heavy.
Yeah.
But because we're on this weird hill, we actually have fireplaces on this level and downstairs.
So can I ask you? Okay, Lee, do not touch. Okay, so the teapot and the cup original.
So they are original to what they would have,
Yeah.
but they would be something that you'd have if you were more wealthy.
Oh.
So the family was a little more wealthy in the 1920s.
Okay.
They did have several cabins that they actually rented out to people as a resort. And so these actually came from England. So
England.
they would be imported, yeah.
So can I ask you the Jonathan? It's called Jonathan Hale, right? So he was born in England or in the Connecticut, US.
So he was born and raised here,
Oh.
and so he lived here.
Okay.
But you could order things and you could get catalogs, and it would take a couple months to get things, but you could get things from overseas.
Oh. So the chair is original, right?
Yeah, a lot of these older chairs are original.
Oh, so it's called the pot, right? Flower vase. It's called flower vase, right?
A vase, yeah.
Yeah, vase. So it's made by glass, right?
Yeah, so a lot of these glass pieces
Yeah.
are made by our glass blower, and so they are recreations of things that they would have had.
Yeah.
But a lot of them were made modern. And it's also got springs in it.
Okay,
And so
spring
that
in
was
it.
an older design because they usually didn't stuff things with
Okay.
like cotton
Oh,
or
okay,
with
I see.
wool. They would use different forms of
Yeah.
springs. And then all of these would have usually been hand carved.
Oh, hand carved. They hand carved like this.
Yeah, so this would probably be something they bought.
Okay.
Because I don't know if any of the Hales themselves were carpenters. They were mostly farmers.
Yeah.
But they did have access to a decent amount of money to purchase things that are nicer like this.
Oh, okay. So they purchase the table, the chair from somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, so what? Oh, it's like the closet, right?
Yeah, so this would just be a closet, and they would usually store things that they don't necessarily need all the time in here. But then the quilt itself is actually fairly old, so that's
Yeah.
why it's in the closet and not out on a bed anywhere.
Okay.
And then usually this is like the most temperature controlled room we
Okay.
have in this house.
Okay.
So that's why it's in this little closet.
I can go here or no?
No,
Okay.
but you can look in. So
Okay.
this blanket that's on the bed
Okay.
was actually made
Yeah.
here by our workers
Yeah.
in the modern time. So the blanket itself is all wool that was from our sheep. It is hand spun,
Okay.
and then it is hand dyed and
Okay.
hand woven. And it took them about 2 years to make that.
Oh, so the wooden bed is original wooden bed.
Yes.
Oh, but it look like small for the owner or for the children.
So usually beds would be small like that, and that would fit 2 people.
Two
And-
people.
And then children would actually sleep on the floor on bed rolls that are called
Oh.
like sleeping bags.
Oh.
So having a bed that kind of grand that had a footboard and a headboard
Yeah.
was usually a decent show of wealth.
Oh. Oh. So it look like small bed.
It looks small to us, but
Oh.
it would definitely be kind of big for them.
Oh. So the drawer, the dress over there, the drawer over there for the original owner.
They are from different owners.
Yeah.
They are from similar houses in Ohio.
Oh.
So they are from the same time period.
Okay.
But they're not necessarily to the owner of this house.
Okay, I see. Cannot go upstairs.
So not upstairs, but you can go downstairs as
Okay.
well. And then there is a door to exit down there.
Okay. Oh, this is it called a basement or no?
It's what we call the basement, but technically it's also a ground floor because of
Oh.
the hill situation.
Okay.
But they did have something called a spring room, which an underground stream went
Okay.
through, and that's how they kept all of their things cold.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like their equivalent to a basement.
So can I ask you, what this one due for? What this one due for?
So that would be for an actual child,
Okay.
and that one would be for a doll.
What? The dog?
Yeah, so you would use
This one for-
children
yeah.
would have dolls or toys.
Oh,
They-
doll. Yeah.
And then this one would be for an actual child.
Actual child, they bathe in here.
So they actually sleep in here. and-
Sleep in here?
One of the safest places you can have children, especially during this time, is in something like this because they can't move or flip themselves over.
Oh.
And so you always know where they are.
What? This one for the baby sleep in here?
Yep, it would have a lot of blankets underneath.
Oh, okay.
And of course, you would usually wrap up your child.
Okay.
But this is mostly what they would sleep in, yeah.
Oh, the high chair for the baby?
Yes,
Oh.
yeah.
Right here, you see the high chair for the baby. So what this room for?
So this would be their kitchen where they did a lot of their cooking and preparation.
Okay.
So this family did have servants, and so usually servants would be
Yeah.
down here cooking their meals.
Yeah.
And then that room is that spring room I was
Okay.
talking about. It has an underwater creek that was going through it.
Okay.
The creek no longer goes through it because they removed it and lowered it back into the ground.
Okay.
But it was how they kept all of their cold goods cold.
So this is the teapot
Yes.
kettle. Oh.
Yep.
So the iron.
Yep.
Oh, the iron, you see. So the bowl, the plate they use to eat.
So things like this would be used for either preparing food or eating, depending on who is eating. If you had guests over, you might take out your more fine wares, like that imported porcelain from
Oh.
England.
Oh.
But if you were just having your family eat, or if you were a servant, you would also have the clayware as well.
So the spoon and the spork, it original, or I look like the new
So-
one.
Usually, metals that are that thin are hard to find unless they are pure silver because they'll erode over time.
Okay.
So those ones are just placeholders.
Oh, display. Okay. So this one is the wine pot.
So it could have wine. It could also have water in it because you'd have to fetch your water every day because they wouldn't have running water. So things with spouts like that, they could hold other drinks.
Okay.
But usually you would have water at least somewhere in your house in a bucket or in a pot like that.
So can I ask you, so because 200 years ago the people they don't have the safety water to drink. So where did they get the water?
So in this area specifically, they're very lucky. So this is in the Cuyahoga Valley, which has the Cuyahoga River. And so it's a very clean river
Yeah.
200 years ago.
Okay.
And you could fetch water from there. And it has a lot of branches of different offshoots. And so
Okay.
there's many different creeks. And it'd actually be a children's job to go and get water every
Or the
day.
children's job to go to fetch the water? Oh, can I ask you, so after they fed the water and before they drink, they had to cook or no? They had to boil
They would boil it.
or they boil it?
Boil it just to be safe in case there's anything in
yeah.
there that's bad for them.
Okay.
And then they would let it cool back down, and then they could drink it.
Oh. So what this container for?
So chests like this would either be kept under beds for
Okay.
clothing storage, or actually if you were moving places. So in the 1920s, they actually had a sort of inn here. So they would have people staying overnight and renting out places, and so they would provide chests in different rooms for people to place their items.
Oh, did like this? Okay. To store the item. The
Yeah.
visitor.
Flying out when we have fires.
Okay, so right here right here they store the wood, right? To burn, to warm up the room.
So actually, we just use it for storing wood now. But usually, if you had a hearth and then a side like this that had holes in it, you would put an extra fire down here,
Oh.
and this would be your oven.
Oven.
So back
Oh,
in there
right here the
is where you would
oven.
do
Oh, I see.
Your baking. So if you
Oh.
had bread or you were doing something that needed more space like that for baking instead of cooking,
Okay.
that would be done in here.
Okay, so this is the broom to sweep the floor.
Yes, so there were different types of brooms. So that would be a broom for sweeping the
Yeah.
floor. But a broom like this would be for dusting.
Oh,
around
dusting. Okay,
corners.
so this broom for sweep the floor and this room for to dust the table or furniture.
Wash your hands.
Oh, so this pot for store the water. So when they come here, they can wash their face or wash their hand, the mirror, so they can, you know.
So they don't have
Yeah,
mud or
mud.
dirt
Oh,
or
I
anything
see.
on it. Mhm.
So this chair is for the children or for the
Yeah, so this would be a child's chair.
child chair.
You could put maybe your infants or 2-year-olds or your younger children on this side, and then your older children who could sit up by themselves could be on this side.
Oh,
And so usually if you were watching your children while cooking, you would have them here, and so they're within sight but not getting in your way.
so can I ask you, you know, how large this farm? How many acre this farm?
I believe the original farm was 600 acres.
600 acre.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, thank you for your help.
Of
Yeah.
course, have a wonderful day.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for
thank you.
coming.
Thank you. Summer costed 1900. Look in. Oh, you can look, but you cannot go inside. Oh. Oh, you see in here they do the paperwork, or they read, they sleep. Yeah. They build many barn, you know, to stay, to sleep. You see, every room often, you know, has the fireplace to warm up the house. Yeah, you see the car, you see the old chair. Ah, yeah. Oh, you see the wooden house. It's called a log house. You see the log house to store, you know, the farm machine. Yeah. Wow, you see. The log house store the carrier, you see. Yeah. And overhead they store the hay. Yeah, I don't know this one, what this one for? Steering. I don't know what this one for. Canal. Oh, it's just like the boat. Yeah. The head of the boat, you see. Yeah, the head of the boat. Ferry boat. Oh. You see the boat in the water like this. Yeah, the owner is so rich. Oh, you see, he make the. You see, glass work barn. Oh, glass work barn, built in late 19th century. Glass work barn has since been moved, scratch and structure in Ohio today. Called
The way this works is
the furnace.
suck. So you fill
You
this
see
up,
the furnace.
kind of a paper
They make the
filter,
pot.
keep turning this.
Pot. They use mud, you know, to make the pot like this. I think it's for, I don't know if for personal use or to sell in the market, you know, at that time. But you see, like this. Yeah. If you watch, you know, in the YouTube, you see the people, they use their hand to make the pot. Yeah. After they made the shape and they had to put in the furnace, put right here, you see. Put right here to dry it. Put inside. Oh, general store. Oh, you see general store.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
Good. Come on in. Welcome to the general store.
Yeah.
So you've kind of stepped into 1845.
1845.
1845, and the reason I point out that year is because it kind of gives you context when I go context when I go through some of the things that I'm going to go through,
Okay.
that you kind of have that kind of like mindset. So around this time, we're about 70 years removed from the Revolutionary War.
Okay.
Ohio was founded as a state in 1803.
Oh,
So you have 42 years, you're past that.
okay.
And so the reason I bring that up is a lot of the things, a lot of the business practices that I
Okay.
go over,
Okay.
you have to kind of keep that mindset. How we doing, folks? Come on in, just watch your step when you come in. There's a little bit of a drop there. I don't want you to get caught off guard. So as I was just saying, you've walked into 1845. That's kind of like the time period I like to kind of have you think about. And so as far as a lot of the decisions I can make without really referring to like national laws or anything, because really at that time it was all local. Everything I do here, I could decide. There were no like national policies regarding how to do business and commerce and things like that. They were starting to, but there was not, and like our currency, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. And so I kind of want you to think about that. Now, general stores were more than just a store. We were also the post office. So this is where you would come to pick up your mail. Now, there were also times where if you wanted to mail something, you could bring it to me. And now, we are in Bath Township. That's where this is located. The township next to us is Northampton. There was that's where Peninsula was located. You also had a city, Unionville was located there. So those are a couple places I could go to pick up the mail or to deliver the mail. Now, the one thing though, at that time, I have something at my disposal that's about 3/4 of a mile down the road. I have a canal. The canal from Cleveland to Portsmouth was completed in 1830. So I have that. And by 1880, it was the Valley Railway was in stock. So you got to think about those things when we go over some of the stuff. Now, what are you looking for? I have a number of items here. Like for example, I have bonnets, sewing equipment. If you wanted a butter churn, you could buy a butter churn here. If you look over here, we got some standard, like a bucket. We've got a watering can. I have this interesting looking tool. This is actually used. You'll see if you go later on, like when you go to the Jaeger house and the salt box, Jaeger. This is used to tighten the twine on a bed so the mattress stays on the bed. And so you can actually buy the twine for that. Like how today the slabs keep the box spring on that. It was twine back then. So you'd actually buy this and keep it in your house for that. Fabric, we have an iron. The little box there is a coal burning foot warmer. Believe it or not, it looks like a toaster, doesn't it? Kind of something like that. And so all sorts of things. Now, also, we're late July, right? And so farmers are bringing crops in. You know, we have beans. We're starting to get corn. That's starting to be harvested. If you notice in the field to the right, if you're walking this way, if not, you'll see it after you visit the potter. You'll see some plants. That's pumpkins. They planted pumpkins. And believe it, I know it's July, but yep, they planted pumpkins. But when those are harvested, I would sell those, as well as like lemons. We have eggs, all the usual fare. All right, so how would it work as far as you coming in here and buying stuff? So you would come in with your list. Now, if it's stuff from our potter, if it's stuff from our glass blower, whatever it is, a candle maker and our blacksmith. So you'd come in and I would help you gather the items here on the counter. If it wasn't out on display, it might be in my back room. And so I'd gather those up. Now, what if though, and here's the big issue. What if you wanted something I didn't have? We'd have to try and order it. But there are no magazines and there's no catalogs. So the question is how can we, and again, there was no internet. So I can't like look at my phone. There's only thing named Amazon was my horse. That's about it. Like there was no that stuff. Well, believe it or not, here's the internet of the time. The newspaper.
Newspaper,
right?
internet.
Now, here's the thing. Is everybody here from Northeast Ohio or from outside? Okay. The reason I bring that up is you've heard of the Plain Dealer, which is the paper for Northeast Ohio and Cleveland. Well, the Plain Dealer, that's the Halloween edition, 1849. But that's not when it started. This is the very first edition of the Plain Dealer. Now, it was much bigger back then. It wasn't this small, but this is just a copy. But that's the very first edition of the Plain Dealer, January 7th, 1842. The reason I bring up the Plain Dealer is the Plain Dealer, before it was the Plain Dealer, was an advertising paper. It's called the Cleveland Advertiser, and it ran from 1831 to 1841. I could use that to try and find your vendor. Now, there are also, here's some examples, like if you're looking for a stove, here's some examples of ads. You had national newspapers like Harper's Weekly that started in 1857 that has advertisements. The Akron Beacon Journal started in 1839 in this area. But also, the city of Cleveland in 1837, in conjunction with Ohio City, created like their version of the White Pages, Yellow Pages. And there's advertisements in there. Now, these are two separate cities at the time. Now we know Ohio, it's where West Side Market is. Back then, these were two separate cities. And so they came out with a directory. So I would have to find your vendor for you. Okay, so I found your vendor. That was your concern. And what I mean by that was your concern is that's what you were worried about. When do I need to order what I need to order? And I would help you do that. My concern was how you're going to pay for it. Now, if I knew who you were, I'd put you on account.
Credit.
Credit, right. Like if you've heard the expression, put it on my tab, here it is. You can help me work in the store. I get a cart every weekend. If you can help me unload it, we'll call it a deal. We could barter. Bartering was huge. Hey, I have 3 dozen eggs. Will you take them? Sure, I'll take them. I have 5 completed mugs. Will you take them? Yeah, I'll take them. So bartering was prevalent. The biggest thing is money.
Yeah.
So you had paper money and you had coins. So here's some examples of some paper money, and you can pick these up. These are not real. These are fake, or I should say reproductions. But if you take a look at these, and especially like if you look at something like this, does that look like what we have today? Not even close, does it? That's because paper money was made by the banks. It wasn't made by the federal government. So they had $2 notes, which I know we have now, but I think if you get a $2 note nowadays, you hold on to it. You don't really spend it. Some banks had $3 notes. And then there was a $10 note. So the point is, banks made the currency. It wasn't the federal government, which meant its value was dependent on if that bank was still in existence. So that's very tough for me to know. Well, what the Plain Dealer did, and it's tough to see because it's so small, is they would print a bank note list of all the banks in Ohio, Illinois, Michigan, and Indiana, so I could use it as a reference. So if you paid with this $10 note, I would look on this list to see if that bank was on it, and the bank is on it. Or this $3 note, the bank is on it. So I know that bank exists, I would take this. But like this one from the Bank of DeSoto, I'm not going to take it. I don't know if that bank exists. I don't even know if it even existed. It's a counterfeit. So you almost had to play detective. So when did our currency get into production? 1914.
200 years ago, the people didn't have, the money. They 200 years ago, they used to go to the store to buy the stuff. They use the paper money. But at that time, the paper money, wasn't issued by the government, issued by the bank, all bank private. Because all bank private, so the store owner, had to know, which bank they need to take and which bank they can, reject at the currency. Yeah, it's just simple like that. Yeah, a lot of, the building. You see the church, you see? Yeah, long time ago, the people, they live near here, They used to go to church in here. Yeah. I don't know what about the building over there. We go there and we check.